So the other night, I had an opportunity to get dressed for the Colorado Avalanche. It's a pretty crazy situation in general, but I'm not the only goalie who's been called upon in an emergency situation like that this year. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to sit down with Kyle Konin, who is the emergency goalie in Tampa, and get his story from a recent experience he had with the St. Louis Blues and kind of compare it to my experience that I had with the Colorado Avalanche.
Big night for myself the other night. You also had a big night of your own. So you're the emergency goalie in Tampa, right?
Yeah. It's my first year doing it, and then the last 2 years, as you know, we're taxi squad years, so it's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, not too bad jumping in your first year and having an opportunity like that, huh?
Yeah, it's been crazy, like seeing obviously all the boys in the group chat, and Alex Bishop got in, and then like I think like just seeing the other guys in the group chat have like opportunities is just so cool. And then like what happened to me, I'm like, dang, like this is even it's even cooler, but it's awesome. And then like a couple nights later you got in, and it's like such a cool community. And obviously the goalie community is always so like close knit on social media and stuff. So it's just a great part, good to be a part of it all.
Yeah, right. Dude, it's been like year of the EBUG. Like, man,
Yeah.
our group that we have, like, pretty cool group. Like, there's some really good guys in there, but I mean, just the opportunities that have been had this year, they've been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, not even to mention games, but like I'm sure it's the same around the entire league with guys missing like practices and stuff like that. Just getting all these opportunities to skate with NHLers is pretty surreal. And I mean, I think we're up to like 7 now or something, and it's December, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. So that night that you got to get dressed, how much time did you have to prepare?
I found out like 11 a.m. for like a 7:30 game. So I had like all day. It was kind of cool to actually like prepare and try to get my stuff ready. And
Yeah,
how much time did you have?
dude, I had like an hour and a half. It was like hour and a half till puck drop, and
Oh wow.
I just got done doing like I do this like VR warm up before games.
Yeah. The
Like
Sens Arena.
yeah, like I jumped on that just to kind of get things going. I just pulled my headset off, and I had a text from the goalie coach, and he's like, "Hey, have fun tonight." And, like he literally never says that, so I'm like, "Oh man, something's going on." And yeah, Colorado had emailed me and said they needed me to come down there. So
So,
um,
oh, so they reached out to you by email?
yeah, I think they were, pretty. Everything was pretty chaotic, so I think they were
Yeah.
trying to figure stuff out as they went too.
I try to just get there around like 10 minutes before, or like around when warm-ups are starting. So like if I didn't see anything, I'd they'd they'd be without a goalie at least
Yeah,
until
right.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually I try to show up for warm-ups, just to catch that, but um, yeah, not too much time to prepare. Do you think having extra time like made you a little more nervous, or you think it was like just what you needed to get ready?
Um, I mean, it wasn't really anything crazy because I was actually like skating in the morning, so I had to run home and like air my gear out, throw my stuff through the wash, and then I just like showered, I mean, it was a pretty quick turnaround. And then also St. Louis wanted to do a bunch of media, and those guys, they said they get to the rink at like 4, so they were like, yeah, get here at like 3:30. So I mean, by the time I even got home and did everything, it wasn't like a ton of time for me to like freak out. And then also like I just keep like reminding myself like I'm not like starting. I think I would have got way more nervous if Huso went down at
Oh
any
yeah,
point.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at first I had like this initial reaction of panic, like, oh my God, like this is happening, like no way. But then like right after that, it was just like pure excitement. Like I was pumped.
Yeah. I think also like for me at least, once I started taking shots, you're just playing hockey. Like it's not even like the nerves just go away. You're just trying to stop a puck at that point. And
Right. Yeah, I feel like once I got dressed and everything, I was able to kind of settle down. But I mean, getting into the door, like it was just complete chaos. Like you know, Colorado's situation was a little different, I guess. Like they had guys kind of dropping like flies, and it was just kind of a crazy situation. But like I came walking in, and there's Joe Sakic, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm Joe Sakic." I'm like, "Yeah, how's it going,
Yeah.
Joe? I'm Dustin
Okay.
Smith." Like, what's
Yeah.
up, man? Just
That's
so
crazy.
casual.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you saw too, though, all those guys are just so down to earth and humble and, like, appreciative that, like, I was there, and I'm like, like, "You kidding me?" Like, this is
Yeah,
this is, like,
right.
my
Yeah, no,
dream coming true, yeah.
yeah, I kind of got the same thing. Like, I think guys were a little more frustrated with the situation. I mean, like I
Yeah.
would be too, but like they still like took the time to like introduce themselves, and they were super nice. But um, for warm-ups, I just kind of like ran out there, and I don't know, I tried to stay out of everybody's way. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to like intrude. I wanted to make sure everyone like, was doing their thing, but like, how much of warm-ups did you get to do?
Well, actually, like, nobody told me, like, what the plan for warm-ups, so I tried to stay out of the way, but I also, like, didn't know where out of the way was, you know? Like, if you're on the team, like, "Oh, like, this corner during this drill is, like, a bad place to stand," and I had no idea. So there were a couple times I'm, like, right in the way of guys coming through full speed, and, um, I mean, I got, like, a couple shots and stuff at the end, but, I mean, Husso definitely took the majority of stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I
I
kind of had the same thing. Like I just kind of
uh,
floated around like by the rest crease, and I went over by the bench, and it was kind of cool. Like seeing some of the Preds guys on the other side. They
yeah,
were all smiling at me, saying hi. It was cool to talk to UC for a second, and skating with them for so long. Like I haven't
yeah.
skated with a ton in the last couple of years, but it was still really cool to kind of have the interaction with those guys.
Yeah, it's weird that you say that too. Obviously, like, I mean, we practice way more with our like home team and get to know some of those guys. So I think like they were just as happy for me. Like the Lightning guys were pretty pumped to see that I could get out there. And I think like St. Louis was just kind of, like this is the situation we're in. Like you said, they're a little bit frustrated with all the rules and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't know about you, but I really I took like, I don't know, 20 shots trying to go bar down, and I think I missed the net on like all but one, and then one finally went bar down. And I'm like, all right, I'm not shooting another puck the rest of warm-ups.
Man, I saw a video. You were like out there dangling around, a couple toe drags. Like you were feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point I wasn't getting any shots, so I'm like, I gotta at least like do something out here to make it look like, I could
Yeah,
hang a little bit with them,
right.
but
Yeah, I was just I was stretching around, just kind of doing what I would like if I was backing up an actual game. And then towards the end I saw an opportunity to jump in net. So I was like, all
yeah,
right, I'm jumping in here, like taking a couple shots, and dude, I swear I was moving like a million miles an hour. Like
yeah.
I may have taken like 10, 15 shots. And a buddy of mine caught a video, and I was watching it, and I'm like, wow, I was moving way slower than I felt like I was moving. Like I felt like I was buzzing.
Yeah. I When I got off the ice, I was gassed, like, from warm-ups. And probably just because like, men's league, beer league, we were warming up for, like uh, I mean, the warm-up clock is, like, 2 minutes, and you get 20 seconds of shots, so
Right.
20 minutes being out there, I was pretty dead at the end of it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just from the warm up, I didn't feel like I was gassed. But like by the time I went back into the room and sat down, like my heart was pounding. Like I
Yeah.
think I was just so like amped up from, taking a few shots and just like taking in the whole experience. Like I'm looking around and everyone's just kind of like casually getting ready, like whatever, and I'm sitting in the corner, just like heart's about to beat out of my chest, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool to be in the locker room. I was fortunate that I had so much time ahead, like, I got to sit on the power play, penalty kill meetings, and like breakout and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it was pretty cool just to experience it and be in the room for like coach's speech. And I mean, they made me feel like I was on the team for that night, which was just really cool.
Yeah, I kind of got the same thing, but it was like, I was more or less like a fly on the wall in the room. But like
Yeah,
given the situation, like after warmups, they basically said like, hey, if you guys want to play, we'll play. If not, like we can postpone. it's completely up to you guys. And they kind of left it up to the players, which I felt like was kind of a tough decision. But it was really cool to be in the room and see guys kind of rally up. Like,
Yeah.
McKinnon saying like, man, we're here, like we're gonna play. Kadri stepping up and giving his 2 cents, and Rantanen, these guys kind of one by one started rallying around each other. It's just cool,
Yeah.
like sitting in the room and just seeing these guys decide, hey, let's play this game.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, I think in my situation, I get to really see like the leaders on the teams. Like I'm sure you got to see McKinnon in person, just the stuff he does behind the scenes. I mean, seeing O'Reilly, he's like such a good dude, like just incredible leader, and like
Oh yeah.
like there's a reason he's the captain. It was just so cool to just witness how he talks to the guys in the room in between periods. And I mean, who wouldn't want to play for guys like that in the league? So
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it was cool just being a fly on the wall. But dude, like before the game, I think it might be the coolest thing I've seen in EBUG history, aside from like actually playing in a game, is you getting your hot lap, the rookie lap without a helmet on. Like I thought that was so cool.
yeah, I think that was probably like the most nervous I was the whole time. Just
Yeah.
like standing in the tunnel, because like I knew all my friends and family were like watching and videoing like the second I was going out. Whether I didn't even know at the time I was going to lead them out.
Right.
But I knew like everyone's going to be like watching me come out, so I was like nervous for that. And then Tarasenko was telling me to go, and then someone else was telling me to go, like no bucket, and I was like all for going on the rookie lap. Like I'm like, that's so cool. But then I was like, I didn't want to go without my bucket, just because I'm like, now this is gonna get posted everywhere. And
Oh, for sure.
it was pretty well received actually. Like a lot of tweets and stuff I saw, like people were like, this is so cool. But I thought for sure like a lot of people would be hating and being like, oh, this shouldn't be happening, all this stuff. And but I think for the most part, people just kind of like, all right, it's a cool moment.
I don't know if that was the first thing I saw when I saw news about it, or because like there were some things. No, I think the first thing I saw was a video you walking through the hallway with your gear.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So like when I came walking through, I was like, "Yo, where are the cameras? Like, why are they not filming me walking
Yeah.
through here? They filmed Kyle." I like the fact that you had so much time to prepare. I think is
Yeah.
really cool. Like made it a little more special. Like I mean, like I said, everything happened so fast for me. It was like I'm rushing down to the rink, and then all of a sudden I'm like stepping out for warm-ups, and then all of a sudden the game's starting.
Yeah.
And I think at first they said, "Oh, you're gonna sit in the locker room," and I was like, all right, cool. Like I got dressed for the Bruins a long time ago now, and I just sat in the locker room the whole time, and it was like, all right, cool. Like I'll sit back here, but they pulled up a chair for me in the tunnel right behind the bench, so I got to sit back there the whole time, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was on the bench the whole time. I not a ton of room back there. Like I was
Right.
pretty squeezed between like the guys and then the glass. Like it wasn't like super comfortable. I couldn't. I think if I do it again, I might honestly say something like, "Hey, like let's move this stuff out of the way." Or I might have a little more, a little more pull around there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like it was kind of tough to see like from the tunnel where I was sitting at, but it was cool to be back there with the equipment manager and see him go to work too, because he's passing sticks around, he's taking care of their gloves. Like he was all over the place the whole game. And he's in the back taking care of gloves. Guys are throwing me gloves, so I'm like trying to help out where I could.
Yeah.
And, it was a really cool perspective. But like I think, I don't know, maybe even like halfway through the game, I'm like looking around, I'm like, I'm ready, I want to play. Like I don't
Yeah.
want anyone to get hurt or anything like that, but I like just so excited to have an
Yeah.
opportunity just to play. Because I think, like you said, like once you get your gear on, you start playing, and it's just like, oh, like this is hockey. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to play hockey at that point.
Yeah. For me, same way like in practices when I do stuff with them, like I mean, obviously we're all competitive and we're not at their level, but we compete as hard as we can and can hold our own pretty well with those guys. And like, there's some times where I'm just like, man, like, give me a chance here, like give me in a game or something. I want to really like see how it is. Cause like I've done like scrimmages with them preseason, like workouts and like we'll keep score and like play like games. And like, I'm like,
Feeling pretty good.
not that I want like an NHL contract, but I'm like, man, I would love to just like actually put myself in a game and like just try to compete. But
Right. I think getting that perspective, it's like, you can go out. Like I feel like just about any goalie can have their day. Like, you can go out and stand in your head, and it's just like, yo, like that's just my day. But
yeah,
I think watching the NHL goalies, like the pro guys, and seeing the work they do like day in day out, and how they don't get to just have like that one day. Like they got to be on it every day. So like yeah, of course, like I would love to jump in and have an opportunity to play that one game, but I think to be able to play as many games as they do and
oh yeah,
like have to perform, like that's what separates, I think, an NHL goalie from anybody else.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're in such unbelievable condition. I mean, there's been times like I'll skate and then like, or even like for a game I didn't like dress or anything. I'll just go watch a game, and I don't know. It ends at like 11:30 at night. I get home at like 12:30, and then I was doing like the morning skate with them the next day, and I was like dead tired trying to wake up to go do that. I'm like, Vasi's coming to the skate, and he played last night and had like 35 shots. I'm like, how is this guy doing? Like the stuff they go through, and they're still doing workouts on top of it, and it's
Yeah,
just
right.
unbelievable.
Yeah, no, even after like a practice or something like that, I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm gonna go grab some Chipotle. I'm gonna go home and take a nap. And these guys are like, I'm gonna go for a full workout. I'm gonna like, they still have stuff they have to do, and then do it again the next day. It's like, it's unreal, but like at the same time, like it's their job. But again, like I think that's what separates them from
Yeah.
literally everyone else on the planet.
Well, like you said, the consistency too. I mean, like I'll have a day every now and then I'm like, man, that was good. But then like you see these guys every single night. I mean, they're good every single night.
Yeah, right. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a fun experience though. Like just sitting on the bench. Um, I see you got to keep your hat. I didn't know if that was like supposed to keep the hat or not. I walked out with it on my head.
Yeah.
But I so at first they said, "Oh, you here, keep the jersey, whatever." And after the game, I was taking mine off, and players were turning their jerseys in to get packed up and everything. And one of the trainers was coming by, was like, "You want me to give this to you?" Like I wasn't sure, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." So I tossed it to him, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's a bummer." I thought I was going to
Yeah.
keep that. And then one of the other trainers was like, "No, no, no, that's his jersey. He gets to keep that." So he threw it back to me. I was like, "Oh, all right, cool. I get to take this home with me. It's pretty sweet."
In my case, I think it was just kind of like whatever extra stuff they had laying around. They gave me like a hoodie and workout shorts, t-shirt, the hat, and then the jersey. So I mean, they go out of their way to take care of the EBUGs, which is just makes the experience so much more special.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's so cool,
They're
dude.
there
So are
for
you coming here for the Stadium Series game?
yeah, I'm super excited. We're planning a trip, so I think we'll be there like 3 days, and then seeing the game, and it's
Dude, that's
really
gonna be
awesome.
sweet. You're gonna
Yeah,
have to bring your gear with you. We'll have to jump on the ice at some point.
yeah, I wanna do some cool like I don't know video or something, and I really want to get my hands on the jerseys they put out. I think they're pretty sweet. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, like, there's Nashville's jerseys have been catching a lot of flack, which
yeah.
I think they could have done a little bit of better job with the logo, but I'm still getting one. I got a buddy of mine.
Well,
We're doing a
it's
fun
tough when
photo
you're
shoot.
in. They were just in an outdoor game, so they're probably running out of ideas of jerseys.
Right?
I
Also,
liked the Cotton Bowl jerseys they had. I thought those looked pretty sweet.
yeah, no, those were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like those. But yeah, yeah,
Sweet.
definitely bring your gear with you. We'll jump on the ice, do something. I think at some point, like I want to go down to Tampa and like meet up with you and maybe
Yeah,
do something out there too.
sure. Yeah, it's we got. I know the guy who runs like one of the rinks, so he doesn't usually charge us for ice either, which is nice to just
Love the
hop
sound
out.
of that.
It's usually like weird hours, like like I don't know, 11 a.m. or something, but it's nice.
Yeah, right. Well, sweet, man. Um, I guess we can just go ahead and wrap things up here.
Yeah, cool.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for taking the time to sit down and sharing your experiences with you. I mean, there's a lot of season left, so who knows what happens.
Yeah, like you said, you don't want guys to get hurt, but the COVID protocol is almost like a win-win for us because like a lot of times guys don't even have symptoms; they're just getting positive tests. So it's kind of just opening the door for us.
Right. Well, man, maybe we'll see you here in Nashville, or I don't know, maybe I'll jump down to Tampa before then. But yeah, man, thanks again for talking to us. We'll see you around.
Absolutely.
Cheers.